Today on Weekend Wankshop, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of the riffs from Cult of Personality by Living Colour that I just recently figured out that I've been playing wrong for years. Check these out. Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop. Here's your best buddy, Uncle Ben. Cult of Personality by Living Colour is one of those songs that I've played for years and years and years and thought that I knew what I was doing. And some of you guys might know I recently started playing with a hair metal cover band called Skank Banger. And this is one of the tunes that's in a repertoire, so whenever I started going over it with the band, I started realizing that some of the stuff in the song was a little bit different than what I thought that it was. So in my unending quest to destroy fake news, crappy guitar tabs and lessons and stuff out there, I did a whole ton of research and figured out exactly what is going on with a lot of those riffs that Vernon is playing. One of the biggest things I was surprised by is that there's no open strings in this riff at all. I always assumed he was using like an open D string or something like that. That's how I used to play it. That's how I see a lot of people still play that riff. But that's not quite right. But of course, before we start digging into it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. As always, for a full tab, you can visit my Instagram page over at Eller Guitars. Give me a follow, find the tab for this week's lesson, learn how to play it, then upload a video of yourself shredding through it, along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. So for starters, this riff is based around the G Mixolydian scale. Now, what the hell is G Mixolydian, right? There's a couple of different ways that you could think about it. You could think about it as being like a G major scale, but with a flattened 7th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then not F sharp, the usual 7th note, but F, the flattened 7th note. Another way to think about the Mixolydian mode would be to think about the C major scale, but starting on the 5th note. So the C major scale is usually C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? Well, if I start from the 5th note, which is G, and play forward, you get G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which is another way to think about the Mixolydian scale. So yeah, you could think about it as being G major with a flat 7, or thinking of it as C major from the 5th note on. First, let's cover that main riff of the tune, which is what you hear through a lot of the verses and the intro and stuff like that. What we're going to do is to start off here by playing the 3rd fret low E string. That's our root note G. And then what you're going to do is to play the 3rd fret D string, your F note. Then play the 5th fret A. Then go back to that 3rd fret low E string. So far you've had 3rd E, 3rd D, 5th A, 3rd low E, and then next play the 2nd fret on the D string. That's your E note. So again, no open strings involved right there. I always thought that there was an open D, but I was wrong. So it goes like this. Then you play that figure again. Then the next time through, he's going to play that same figure. Only this time when he gets to this next part, you hit that last note, the 2nd fret D string, E note. You hit that 2 times. So it's like once, twice, like that. Now the fingerings that Vernon uses are a little bit different than mine. Vernon starts off with his 1st finger on the 3rd fret, bars down to grab the D string 3rd, and then he'll grab that 5th A with either his little finger or his ring finger, like that. And then when he gets to the E note on the 2nd D, he just quickly shifts with his 1st finger, like that. To me, that's difficult to do because you have this shifting going on, right? So whenever I play that riff, I tend to like to actually start it off with my middle finger right there, my 2nd finger on the low E string. I'll grab the 3rd fret D string with my 1st finger. So this is kind of an awkward thing, but it works and keeps you from having to do a roll, you know? So I'll do third low E with my second finger, third D with my first finger. I'll usually grab that fifth A with my little finger, middle finger here on the low E string, which leaves my first finger free to grab the second fret D. Like that. Of course you could play it like that, you know, play it like a real true position riff where it's like all the second fret's this guy's job, all the third fret's this guy's job, and so on. But myself, I like this little move a little bit better for my own playing habits. The other stuff we're going to cover today are those fancy schmancy variations on this riff that they throw in every pre-chorus. They also use like a little snippet of this in the intro of the song too. Again, I see a lot of people use open strings when they play these, but the way that Vernon does it, it is all fretted. Okay, here's what the first section sounds like. And that is played like this. 3rd fret low E string, 3rd fret D, 5th fret A, 3rd fret low E. So that's kind of like you're playing the main riff of the song, really. And then you're going to play the 5th fret D string, 3rd fret D string, 5th fret A string. So now we have 2 moves. And then this. Okay, this is starting off here on my 2nd fret G string, 3rd fret D, 5th fret A, 3rd A, 2nd A. So this has 3 distinct sections to it. Usually when I play that section, I'll actually play this sort of as a 3rd position thing at first. So I'll start off with my first finger, do that little bridge down to the D string, and then shift my first finger down for that last lick. So it's kind of like the first 2 licks are 3rd position, the last one is 2nd position. Now the second section here is a lot harder to play and much harder to keep clean than that first part. Now it's going to start off with the same lick as what you did a second ago. You're going to play that 3rd low E, 3rd D, 5th A, and then the 3rd low E again. Now, this time when you play that 3rd fret low E string the second time, there, be sure to use your 2nd finger. This is really imperative to making this whole thing a lot smoother and cleaner to play. Because the next thing you're going to play is going to need your first finger down here at the 2nd fret. So if you've done this, then you've got a big jump to make to get from the 3rd low E to the 2nd fret G. So I recommend whenever you come back to the 3rd low E, use your middle finger. Following that, you're going to play the 2nd fret G, 3rd fret D, 5th fret A. Kind of a D minor triad if you really get down to it. So now we have the first 2 parts of this. And then this last part goes like this. You're going to play 5th G, 4th G, 5th D, 3rd D, and then your 5th A. Again, coming out of that last section is really tricky. Your little finger has got to bridge down onto the 5th fret G string, 4th G, 5th D, 3rd D, 5th A. It's very tricky to play. So overall we have the first section there, and then our second section, then they repeat the first section again, and then the second section again. A lot of times the groove of that section throws people off because the majority of the song is in 4/4 time, but that section is actually in 3/4 time. If you count that out, you know, that riff is going it's just 3s over and over. But the odd thing is even though the guitar and bass parts are in 3, the drumming still sounds like it's in 4. Because the drummer's doing the snare on 2 and 4, just playing straight through it like that. So you get this cool effect where it's kind of sounding like the guitars and bass are playing in 3 and the drums are playing in 2/4 or 4/4 behind it. It's a really cool effect. Picking wise, there's a lot of different ways you could get around that. Vernon's picking is really strange on that. I heard him talking about that one time, and I couldn't really get a whole lot of sense out of what he was doing. There's a lot of areas in here that you could sweep like that if you wanted to. Up, 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 down, up on those D minor arpeggio licks. Myself, more often than not, I've been trying just to cross pick through the entire thing lately, just playing the entire thing straight alternate picking. Is it necessary? No, but it does build a lot of character, just like drinking your own piss. So there you go, guys, another classic riff decoded. Hope you guys enjoyed that lesson, learned some cool stuff from it. It's pretty challenging to play, so good luck. And again, really watch those fingerings to make sure you minimize position shifts through that entire thing. Thank you guys as always for watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. You guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ben Eller Guitars, or over on my Facebook fan page on facebook.com/UncleBenEller. If you're interested in booking some one-on-one Skype lessons with me, be sure to drop me an email, benellerguitars@gmail.com. I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for another sick lick next week. And as Carl Verheyen once said, if you like it, learn it.